So I guess we'll just start with the truth. And the truth is that I was a single mom with 2 children. And I started cleaning toilets at a dental practice 18 years ago. I had no money. I had no money in the bank and nobody to help me.
Right now, my future plans is I want to be a doctorate and get my doctorate degree in nursing, become a travel nurse, you know, make that money, and also care for people at the same time, so that'll be nice.
But I have been asked to tattoo some strange things.
Yes.
And I've been shown some tattoos in some strange places by my clients that just have dropped their pants. And
Oh, Lord! The number one thing that keeps me coming back here is Davina. We met each other 2005 when I walked into one of her first salons, and a weekend later we were in Miami partying, and a month later we were in Cancun together vacationing, and she's been my best friend ever since.
Hi, my name is Davina Allen, owner of Davina Salon and Spa here in Northport, Florida. Also, I'm a brand ambassador with Prology. We'll be showcasing this very talented women that do amazing things, and they're going to be sharing with you their amazing journey. Hi everyone, I am so excited to share with you that we are having our first local social event. It's going to be an annual event, and what we're going to do is we're going to invite all our customers, future customers, to come over and spend some time with us where you can get a service done. You book a service and you will get whatever other service you chose at equal or lesser value at 50% off. It's going to be on September 14 from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and we're going to have food and drinks, and you can party with us and enjoy yourself. And we also will be giving 20% off on all retail. So you want to come, you want to pre-book your appointments. We've been having a lot of great feedback so far. So make sure you call and book your services that you would like to have. Remember, it's from 10 to 8 p.m. So first come, first serve. But if you have an appointment, you're better. So you know you're set. So make sure you don't miss out on that wonderful event. And you're going to come and meet all our service providers. We provide hair, nails, facials, permanent makeup, eyelash extensions, everything you want in the hair and beauty. We've got it here at Davina Salon and Spa in Northport, Florida, where service is everything. So come join us. It's funny. So ladies, I heard you guys had a blast for 4th of July. You guys got to catch me up. Yes, so what did you do, Miss Marlon?
well, let's see, I did a little golf, did a little pool time, was going to do the beach, but the red tide was kind of bad, but had a really, really nice dinner at Camello's in Punta Gorda, celebrating my 62nd birthday.
62nd?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Happy birthday.
Well, we can only hope, right, when we get to 62, that we look as fabulous
as you.
Thank you.
I mean, although this body right there. Wait a minute. She was dressed in this outfit that she showed this biker chick. We totally have to show that. Oh my God. She looked like she was like 27. And she got like 1 million hits on Facebook.
Did you have chaps on?
Yeah, she had.
No, I didn't. I just had blue jeans and a really nice, cute sleeveless tank top.
Seriously, I swear. You have to see it.
Yeah, we were at a bike rally in Sarasota just a few months back.
Yeah, that was.
Randomly posted a picture of the bike rally and
got a whole bunch of hits. Everybody was giving out like, oh my God.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah. So what did you do, Missy? Over here, diva up with all the, you know, gorgeous hair.
Yeah, you know. But just went to the beach, you know, hung out with some friends. It was nice to see everybody there. Like everybody was enjoying their 4th of July, which was nice.
Yeah, it's always cool to have a little bit of downtime, especially because you were busy in school. Yes. You're happy to have a break.
It's strange. It's like, you know, it's weird not doing something or studying or, you know.
It's nice to have a break.
Yeah, it is nice. It's very nice.
Like work-life balance, right?
Yeah, it's got to balance it off, right? So started looking forward August, you go back to school, so you still have some time to have some fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully you're going to show up and do some dancing with us next time.
Yes.
We go dancing.
I'll think about it. I'll have to check the schedule.
I will drive you there.
She's going to check a schedule. To be young with so busy, you have to check your schedule. What did you do? What did you do?
I went to Latino Beach. Oh, I'm sorry. Lido Beach, excuse me.
Somebody's getting sued.
It was fun. I went tubing. Broke 2 nails. I survived.
You survived. Yeah. She broke 2 nails and survived.
I did. My body was mid-air, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
Catching
really?
waves, taking turns, but it was fun.
What did you do? misadventurous.
You know, I know you're not going to believe this, but I actually went four-wheeling in the woods and got
Jesus.
muddy, and I wore Crocs.
No way.
And if anybody knows
that
me,
we have to have a few pictures on.
they know I don't even know what a croc is, but
That was short for crocodile.
yeah, it's ugly. They look like Dutch feet. They look like Dutch shoes, and this is what I wear. So, and I ride these when I ride my motorcycle, by the way. So
Oh yes, I have seen those
to
pictures.
put me
No
in a
kidding? Really?
yeah,
I have seen those pictures. I can
Yeah.
attest to that. But seriously, what?
yes,
Really?
yes,
Well, that sounds like fun though.
it was fun.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
good time.
The person I was with was amazing. So
That makes
whoever,
all the difference, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes a difference. It's not
So-
where you are, but who you with.
Exactly. And 4th of July is what? Freedom. So, you know.
Right, and speaking of, they had the Freedom Swim at Punta Gorda at the Charlotte Harbor. So we actually rode our motorcycle down there and watched that coming in. I think
That's
next
nice.
year we're going to plan to do that. That looked
That's
like
awesome.
Yeah, there were
Fun.
thousands of people, hundreds and hundreds of people there, and you can
Wow.
float on a tube or go on a boat or a kayak or whatever. But
Really?
it can be a
I've
race.
never been to it.
We
I've
have a
never
race.
been.
I mean, there's a race
heard of
too,
it.
but
No, me either.
yeah, it's really cool.
I've been here for 19 years. I've never been to that. You learn something every day. So now
Absolutely.
there's something I look forward to.
I think you should go wearing those shoes.
I know. Can you be Fall shoes. Well, I got to go back to the islands, and I hadn't been back in
Years.
14 years, yeah, since my mom died. So I spent 4th of July on St. Martin with my family. It was a very emotional experience. It was a lot of happy and a lot of sad. I went back to my mother's gravesite for the first time since I laid her down there, and I thought I was ready for it. But yeah, it was rough. It was rough, but the one good thing about it, I was there with my whole family. Because when I went back to bury her, I had to go alone because my family had gone with me a few weeks before to say goodbye to her. And I came back here, and then when she died, I had to go back there, and I did it all by myself without my direct family. I had my sisters there, and it was a good bonding moment for us. But going back there now and seeing St. Martin has been such a big part of our life, both mine and Teddy's. And going back and catching up, oh my God, it was just overwhelming. And I got to meet up with some people that was really dear to me, Julina and Brenda. Brenda was one of my best friends there. She's 75, by the way.
That's
And
amazing.
I saw her, she said, Davina, I'm old now. I'm like, you're not old. She's like, I'm 75.
You just don't want to feel old.
You don't want. And you know, it was so amazing to see her, and I don't even know how to tell her what it meant for me to see her. It was like going back and seeing somebody that was so important in my life, and she was there with me when I was married the first time and went through a really rough time, so she knows my journey. So seeing her, and she is not supposed to walk a lot and move around a lot, but she got in a car and she drove where she thought I was gonna be, and and she met me there, and it was amazing to see her. And my husband knows me well, so he gave us some time, so I was able to spend about an hour with her by the beach there, just catching up. So that was really good. Yeah, and I met up with Julina, by the way. You never heard that story, I don't think. Julina is like a little, you know how you know Jackie works with me here? Julina was that for me when I worked. And Julina, I went looking at the resort where Teddy and I used to work before. And they said Julina was over there. So I went, and I was doing a little bit of GoProing, but something just told me to put that GoPro off. Because I put it up, handed it to my sister, and I asked the girl at the front desk, is Julina there? And all of a sudden, there was this loud, high-pitched squeal coming from behind because she recognized my voice. And she came barreling down. And before I know it, I was in the air, and I had a bathing suit on. I'm like, thank you, God. I decided to take my GoPro and turn it off because there could have been a whole serious moment. And it was so good to see her. And then my sister, of course, turned the GoPro on, and just when Julie and I saying, oh my God, this is the best bosses I ever had. So I have that on film,
cool.
but I thank God I didn't have the rest. But yeah, I love her, and she's the one that told me Teddy liked me. She told me that when we worked together, because Teddy and I worked together, and she's like, Davina, ask him for one of those things. I'm like, we want to do one of those trips to Tintabar, you know, one of those little things. And I'm like, why do I have to go ask him? He's like, because he likes you. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's nice with everybody. She's like, no, he watches you everywhere you go. So she's like, look, I'm going to show you. Go over there, get me a drink. So I went to get her a drink. Apparently she caught Teddy on camera watching me going over there. Yeah, so it's those people were really important, and I'm glad I got to see them. And I got to see Greta and a lot of other people that's there, so it was kind of nice. And but it was emotional and seeing that, and it was hard for me to leave the gravesite. I have to say that. Teddy had to come get me. I mean, literally carry me off that thing. It was just really difficult. But at least it was an end of an era for me a little bit of closure. I got to say goodbye to my mom again. And,
Closure is important.
Yeah, and brought it back with my boys. It was nice to have them there.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Well, ladies, here's to life and everything that it entails. I'm here to having a really great 4th of July. And all this Christmas. That's pretty awesome. That was really good. This wine's really good, by the way. It's very refreshing. It's not too bad, but it's nice. It's something you can just have, you know, after these working women over here and people in school and working hard and trying to keep it together. It's nice to be able to just unwind with a glass of wine once in a while. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool beans. So, yeah, did I just say cool beans?
You did. I think
oh my God, I just showed my
You
age.
sounded
very white, too.
Really?
Very white.
Really?
Like-
That's what cool beans is?
Yeah, but not like the cool white person, like
Oh,
like a
shit,
nerd
like you?
white person.
Yeah, not the cool white
not
person.
like
you.
me.
Not
Like,
the cool white person. Okay, so what should I have thrown in there instead of cool beans?
This shit
I grew up
lit.
That is so not me. I don't know about it.
that is so not me.
I'm sorry. I'm in Shagadale. Oh, my purse. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
did. I'm so sorry.
Well, that is definitely you, so that's perfect.
My
you guys.
apologies. Please
Now, I
excuse me.
can't understand. I'm trying to think here. What would I have replaced it with? No, I can't imagine. That's
We'll
awesome.
think of something.
Oh, I said fabulous and amazing and fantastic.
Fabulous.
You know, that's my thing.
that's
More
you.
like that. Yeah.
Amazing is your
Darling,
word.
it's
Amazing,
fabulous.
or fabulous, yeah, and I darling to
Darling.
everything. Like I
Should
say,
have seen her
darling.
at the gym. Do that thing, darling. I go, what thing? Will you flip over?
Yeah,
Okay.
that everybody
Yeah.
has to see.
We need to take a trip to the gym.
Yeah,
That's
that
what we need to do.
That was good.
And get trained
was
by
fun.
Gabby.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
that was fun actually.
I'll
We
kick
did a
your
little
guys'
gym
ass.
thing. That girl can flip over and put a foot behind her head. Now that I felt. You
I
guys
showed my
are-
mom. She's German. She's like, oh, you got your legs over your head? I said, yeah.
My grandma, she's German too, German and Hungarian, and it's so funny. Whatever comes to her mind,
Oh, they
she
say it.
says it.
Yeah,
She
they have
does
no
not
filter.
She
care.
totally needs to live with me because you know sometimes I realize I say something, it's out before I even think it. Usually doesn't always go over well. Since I've known you for a while and you went through something really, really rough last year, and shocking enough, I've had a couple of people that I've known that have experienced that, whether with a child or yeah, actually I know 2 people that experienced with a child, and I had a couple of other customers that told me they experienced with, and even Marilyn said she had a family member that she went through with that. But yeah, but here's something that made me even more sure about doing this. Is I was getting my nails done and this lady walked in and she said, you know what, I decided today I am going to get up. I am going to get up. And the people were like, okay, do you need your nails done? You know, the people are talking because, you know, she's like, well, my son shot himself and it's been rough. But today something keeps telling me I have to get up and go get my nails done. I mean, I never go to that place. I never do. Only reason I was there is because my nail tech was sick and I was going on vacation the next day, so I had to go there. And I went there, and here's this lady sitting there and telling me that her son shot himself, and she just knew today, something just told her she has to get up and go get her nails done, and she's staring right at me. It happened to me a few times when, you know, situations like that. But then I thought about it and I'm like, I know you went through really, really rough experience, and that is something that I really wanted to sit down and talk to you about. You know, Gabby, when we were talking, I keep thinking that people take for granted this one thing, that the world is full of people dealing with a lot of different emotions.
Yeah, and stories.
And lots of stories, you know, and you never know what you've gone through. As hard as you think it's been, or how personal you think it is, how much just sharing it sometime with somebody helps. Sometimes you're sharing it for you to help somebody, but it in turn might end up helping you.
Absolutely.
You know?
So I thought a lot and long and hard whether I was going to do this. We live in a really small town.
Oh, yes, we do. That we do.
I've been here 18 years. I have my parents my children, my boyfriend, we all live in this town. So to open yourself up and tell a story that not everybody knows, or not everybody would understand, or you leave yourself very vulnerable for judgment.
That's true.
But I get a lot of messages, private messages for people who do know my story. And if I can help one person, if I can help that one person, and what we're talking about is mental illness, we're talking about suicide, we're talking about abuse, and for those people that know me, I am a very strong person.
Oh, definitely. I can attest to that.
Stubborn.
That too.
Feisty. Very not politically correct.
Well, hello. It's Gabby.
So when people hear my story, they are shocked. I had a boyfriend last year who I cared for and loved very much. Unbeknownst to me, he had mental illness that, at the beginning of the relationship you don't realize, but, as it progresses, you try to make it better, you try to love, you try to be kind, you try to do everything you can to make that person okay. And although I have a degree in psychology, when you're in the mix,
it's different.
It is different. So, June 26th of last year, he committed suicide in front of me. And so you switch off,
How did you survive that though? Get up
I had to survive for many reasons. One, he let me live.
Well, that is a blessing.
Yes. And I have a family, and I ran, and I went to a friend's house, and you throw these words around like PTSD, and you have these memory losses, and I never took those words serious until you go through it.
Exactly, until you're in it.
And when you lose someone, that it just is beyond your help, and let me tell you, I've had death threats, I've been defriended, I've been accused of things, I've had people snub me, I've had people love me, you go and you're yourself, you try to understand the world, you try to understand mental illness, you try to understand suicide, and you don't get it
until you're in it.
And then you begin to have this passion and compassion. And there's many of us. There's 3 women in Northport who have lost their significant others to suicide, and we have this bond. We see each other at the gym, or we'll see each other at the store, and there's this pain in our eyes that people just don't
understand.
Yeah, they want you to heal. They want you to be better, because nobody wants to talk about it.
Nobody wants to be around anybody that's not happy all the time, because that's not your personality.
And I'm really good at faking that.
Oh, hell. I know that's right.
And I'm sure there are others.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to hurry up and heal, because there's a stigma to your, first of all, I'm left to deal with the pieces. And it's not about the people who are left. It's about the person who left us. But we have to answer.
You have to pick up the pieces.
We have to pick up the
You're the ones that's answering all the questions that you don't even know the answers for.
Correct.
And that's hard.
And people who don't understand mental illness, and they blame, or they think there was something you could have done. If there was anything I could have done, it would have been done. And I'm sure those mothers and those sisters and brothers who feel the same way. But when that person decides to leave this earth, that is their decision.
And you don't really know what's going through their mind. I mean, you wish you do. I mean, you would like to find out and see if you can fix it. But I have somebody that I know that is dealing with that myself. I have it, and I am constantly afraid And I remember a few months ago, I was dealing with my own son, and he has had a few difficulties, and I was over picking my son up, and I remember feeling so happy that I was going to pick up my son and he was going to be okay. And then I was standing there and I saw a message on Facebook, and I'm like, wait a minute, something. So before I go in and pick up my son, I called one of my customers, and I found out that her son had killed himself. And I remember just falling on the floor and was just screaming, and my son, who is coming out of a hospital, is standing at the door staring at me. And I just, first I tried to think, okay, should I not tell him? Should I tell him? I don't know what. And I just remember running up to him and just holding him, because that was my nightmare. I was so afraid that that could happen to mine.
Yes.
And I watch her every day fight with it, and I'm like,
Yes, you fight every day.
Every day.
And there's words you want to say to them, and there's words I want to say to him, and I still find myself fighting with him in my head, and
never goes away, huh?
It doesn't go away. It'll never go away. You'll move on. You'll find health. You'll find love again. You'll find a place that you can survive in. You'll find the world, and you go through the gamut of anger and of sorrow and of acceptance, and then you're back to anger again, and it's just so confusing. Confusing. But for me, I had to be strong. I wasn't going to be a victim. I made a decision. I am not going to be a victim.
And that's a strong woman to say that.
I had to because I want to live, and I wanted to live.
But you've always had an appreciation for for life. You've had that. You've had that.
And then there's guilt, because you feel guilty for
living.
Him not, that person not feeling that. Is there something that I didn't give that person? And there's nothing more one can do. You can go to counseling and help them. There's medications, but it's not up to us.
Yeah, you can't fix anybody. You're not responsible for somebody's happiness. You're not responsible for any of those things.
No.
I've had to learn that. We've all gone through different trauma in our lives, and sometimes we want to do that. We want to fix everything, but some of those things are so out of our control.
Yes.
And I watch every day, and the only advice I gave my friend, I said, you just have to promise me to get up every day.
Yes.
The days you don't feel like getting up, get up anyway. I don't care even if you just get up and watch out the window, but get up. I don't care if you just get in your car and just drive here and come and say, hi, Davina, just get up. Because if I see, when I think about them all the time, and when I see her, doesn't matter when, even if it's for a second or a minute or I feel better that I see her up, even if I see the sadness in her eyes, even if I see those. And you're one of those people that I think about every time I see her. I'm like, it may be a two different loss. It's a loss of a child, a loss of a loved one, but it's still a loss.
Yes.
And that's what people don't understand, because everybody justify, okay, well, it's different because it's not your child, it's not your husband, but it doesn't matter.
Pain is pain.
Pain is pain. When you
pain.
lose something that you were part of your life,
yes,
you will never fill that hole up. That hole never fill. You just find a different way to live.
Yes.
And to cope. And I admire you so much. I mean, I know your journey. I've been friends with you for years. You're one of those women that, and I know you may be thinking why God gave you that too, because He's given you so much.
Oh, you question that.
Yeah.
You question why would you do that to me? I mean, you feel then you have that selfish, then you're selfish. Like, how can you do this to me? I'm such a good person. Why would you give me a burden like this? Why would you make me face such horror? Is it my fault? I mean, there's just so much you go through, and look, I'm only a year through this, and I know there are other women who are a few years ahead of me that they're maybe a little behind me in the healing stage, and maybe I'm a little ahead in some areas sometimes. At the end of the day, if we can help our fellow persons by talking, by
sharing,
putting the 1-800-SUICIDE number on Facebook, by saying, look, if something's happening at home, reach out to somebody and talk to people, do it. a friend, a clergy, anyone that you feel comfortable
you can talk
with,
to
anybody,
help you go through it.
Anybody. But I carried the burden, what was happening in my home, on my own, and then, you know, at the end, you know, you have that.
Yeah, and it
that
is
loss.
Difficult. It is a difficult thing to deal with alone. But you know, I've watched you going through it, and I've seen you've had, you know, sometimes when we're going through things, we pull away from some people that we don't feel that we can feel that connection with.
And they pull away from you.
And they pull away from you.
Absolutely, I lost a lot of friends.
You did.
And you go and you wonder, like, how could you leave me at this time?
I understand, but people don't. Here's something I learned during the storm, too, Gabby.
The storm.
During the storm, is that people only like to see me happy.
Yes.
I am not that person, I was told. You need to get over it.
Oh, yes.
You know, you need to let it go.
It's time now.
It's time for you to let it go.
Yes.
I mean, how am I supposed to let it go? I got family over there that could be, you know, things are still happening. It's not a magic mirror that I can just say, mirror on the wall.
Or a time phrase.
Yeah,
like,
I can.
Okay, at 3 months, you should be feeling this.
Yeah.
At 6 months, you should be feeling this. Oh, it's been a year, you're fine.
No.
And
you can fake it for a long time.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of time, quiet time, and I just learned, you know, sometimes just I think that's what happened to you, is that you found a group of people that allow you to be yourself.
Yes.
You know, and that is so special. I mean, people don't understand what it is to have somebody come into your life at a time when you feel at your worst, and to be there with
and
you
alone,
and not judge you, and to help you through it, because you know, at the end of the day, is every day is a new day to celebrate that you made it through that day.
That's right.
And having the right people there, not judging you and not forcing you to be anything but just yourself, and the distractions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lucky for you, you had those girls that you know, those friends of yours that help you through that distraction. That was pretty odd. You, thank God, you know, God sent you another distraction. He put somebody in your life, and I've seen him, and he seems to worship the ground you walk on.
And then, you know, you are shocked when, you know, you find love again, or you
or you're afraid that it's gonna disappear again.
Oh yes,
and then you start judging and all the craziness that can go through your head, right?
You know, and then that person has to deal with nightmares, terrible nightmares. I wake up shaking and sweating, and on the floor, sometimes under the bed, you know, and that person and yourself have to deal with the residual effects of the trauma. You know, sometimes I test. I'm angry. I want to see if, you know, if people are going to stick around in your life, because
I know that, right?
You know, so I guess having this conversation, people are going to, you know, wonder, well, why would you lay your laundry out there? And I'm going to tell you why.
So true.
I'm going to tell you why.
In their little glass.
Yes, because everybody lives in the perfect house.
Perfect house, and their life is perfect. They have
the white
wrong
picket
with it.
fence, and
yes,
you know.
I wish I could find. Don't you wish you could find one of those homes?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I wish I could find one of those.
Absolutely, my pickets are broken.
Mine have hinges.
Right, exactly. But again, I'm going to say, if there's one person that I can help, or hears the story, or can call or text or whatever, if we can help that person get through a day.
Just one day.
One day, and leads to the next, or says, hey, I didn't know there was others out there like me, and you start talking to people, and then they know somebody, and they know somebody, and it
helps with the healing, though,
absolutely,
because you don't feel so alone.
Absolutely.
That makes such a difference, because it's like the same thing I tell people all the time. You know, when you lose somebody, for the first day everybody's there with you, and then the next day less is there, and one day you realize it's just you there, and for you, people think a long time has gone, but it isn't. It's literally, sometimes people are gone within a week, and then you're left there, and then you deal with all of that.
Yes.
So I have to say, though, I am so happy that you found you know, the way to get up every day.
Yes.
And I think you're a most amazing individual, Gabby. I've always thought that, even before you went through this trauma, and to see you, anybody that knows me and they hear me talk about you, they'll tell you the same thing. I think you're a freaking rock star.
Oh,
and I hope you can, you know, somebody hearing your story and your journey, you'll be able to inspire and to help women everywhere, you know, understand that they're not alone in this process.
Women, men, and anybody who is dealing with it.
I know a family dealing with it, and I swear to God, those people also too are inspiring to see how they bond together, because things can break you apart.
Absolutely.
Or it can make you stronger. And it can help you motivate and inspire people and teach them how to put one foot in front of the other. There's a saying my mother always used to say, and I say it all the time. It's when you're going through the hardest time in your life and you think you're alone, you're not. And it's called one set of footprints in the sand. And that is when I'm at my worst. I think about that all the time. When I'm battling everything that hits me, that's what I think about. I just think that somebody is helping me through it. I may not be able to see it, but sometimes, you know, when you were going through this, I sent a lot of positive energy your way, girl. I was sending it your way all the time, and just hoping that you'd get up. So I'm happy to see you get up.
And thank you for giving me a chance to maybe help somebody.
Yes. Love you too, bud.